feel like The Sims did this because everybody right now is fed up with The Sims. If something is free, you're the product. What is up, guys? My name is Simeon. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And today we're going to be talking about all the BS The Sims is not coming out with. I do have a video coming out a little bit later on this week explaining why we shouldn't accept the bare minimum. A lot of people got very excited about this specific announcement, being that The Sims is actually going to work harder at trying to fix the game in order for us to have an enjoyable experience. Now, I do love the fact that this announcement didn't come from The Sims Direct, which is supposed to be known as supposed to be a more direct way of transparency, but we all know that they haven't been very direct. They did end up retweeting it, but thanks to the simscommunity.info, we have more information on rewards. I'm sure you guys already heard it from other Simmers POV, but I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel. And before I do, I want to put a disclaimer out there, and this is not necessarily towards my subscribers, but more towards people that are new to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, you can go ahead and skip this part. Everything is timestamped because I do value your time. Now, with that being said, the disclaimer I want to put out there is that, guys, this is just my personal opinion. It is okay if you disagree with me, and if you do disagree with me, I ask any of my subscribers to tell me why you disagree with me, or tell me even why you agree with me, or how you guys genuinely feel about any of the topics that I'm going to be talking about, whether today or any of my future videos. With that all being said, I want to thank you for your time and welcoming you into my channel, because y'all, we do all sorts of things here. But again, I never want anyone to feel that I am forcing them to believe and to agree with me. I'm just putting out my perspective, and I love discussing and talking about it. That's what my channel's about. So let's get into the video. Now, this is very interesting because if you guys actually look on the Sims page, they didn't mention this at all whatsoever. It's so weird because this wasn't even mentioned in the Sims Direct. Now, they're saying that we're going to get stuff from week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on and so on. And so basically, based on how many times you actually log in, you are going to get these. Personally, I feel like this was a way of saying, hey guys, no need to stop playing The Sims. Me personally, I know for a fact that they know that players are pretty much over their BS and calling them out. And I feel like this is another way of them actually trying to promote the game to get people more into it. Because if you think about it, the more people that log into this game, the more people that are going to play it and end up buying more DLC. I feel like you have to really think to yourself, whenever The Sims does things like this, I think to myself, what are they getting out of this? What are they getting out of the fact that people can log in more times and then they get something free? Oh, it drives them to play the game. It drives them to see the pop-up on the screens of saying, hey, did you miss us? Did you see this little ad that we're doing? It's kind of very similar to like that cart that they tried to add with the pulsating cart saying like, oh, you know, buy this if you haven't already bought it. It's becoming in-game ads, and me, it seems like somebody on the Sims mobile team gave someone advice and said, hey, why not do reward program? And although it's not like, this is no harm in game because a lot of Simmers are going to end up playing The Sims anyway and log in, I just feel like a lot of this is like, it's kind of bland. I know that it seems like I'm kind of being negative on this. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that these are going to be free just based on how many times you're logging in. I feel like this is also a tactic to, one, get people to come to co-play the game, because a lot of people have just been cutting The Sims off in general because of how much glitches and lags they've had to deal with. Again, I'm going to talk about that in a later video. So we're going to talk a little bit more on the simscommunity.info, where he says The Sims 4 Daily Rewards is a new feature that will pop up into your game's main menu, offering an incentive to unlock new outfits, objects, and even traits to your game. What's interesting about this is that it follows a free-to-play logistic route seen in games such as Fortnite or The Sims Mobile. Oh, so basically like what I said, like exactly, this is definitely giving mobile vibes. I think this is, right now they're only doing 4 weeks of this just to test it out to see, because again, they did the same thing kind of with Behind the Sims. They did the same thing with, you know, refreshes. They did the same thing with just certain things. Like again, The Sims is all about experimenting and trying to figure out what works. And if something works, they're going to stick with it. So if we tell them that this is like the best thing ever, they're going to stick with this, and then we'll just be getting a lot of colors or repurposed items. I feel like this is really easy to do because it's not that hard to just log on 3 times to The Sims. People do that way more often. So again, I feel like a lot of people will get this really, really fast. Very curious to hear your thoughts on this. Are you guys for this or not? I feel like because The Sims 4 is free, they have a leverage of which they can use to, you know, manipulate and microcharge a lot of Simmers out there who, one, either don't know any better, or 2, it kind of makes it seem like, oh, it's not that bad, it's just XYZ. You know what I mean? I systematically uncovered a lot of swatches that, you know, are going to be expected in a lot of these, and these are some of the items that we're going to have. Honestly, like I said, these look very, very plain to me. It's not some like big wow, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's free content, but again, some people could argue, since this is free, why didn't they just make it an update? And I completely agree. Why not just go all out and just put it as an update instead of trying to do this, oh, log in 3 times and this is what you will get? You know, it just makes it seem like they're trying to to test out microcharging like to its finest. And that's just my personal opinion. I could be completely wrong, but again, none of these scream like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see any of these. I mean, for instance, look at the darts. Yeah, darts are pretty cool. We get some recolors, but also it's like, what I mean, this is what I mean when I say that people are accepting the bare minimum. And I just feel like it, to me, it's just, it just seems like a little bit of a, they know better. They know what they're doing. They're just trying to, like, you know, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I find it interesting, however, that the Sims Direct did not mention any of this at all whatsoever. Like, this was not a thing, and it's just so interesting because all they did was talk about the new, like, you know, the base game update. Speaking of the base game update, they actually came out recently with a lot of bugs and fixes within the game, and as well as performance. They've made some optimizations using less memory, but honestly, for me, I actually was trying to record a video earlier and I was having trouble with it, so let me know down below in the comments if any of you guys are having trouble with that as well. And for the Direct 11 preview, now this is only going to be for PC. It's not going to be available for Mac users. Again, I'm a Mac user, so for those who do play Mac, we're going to have to hold off a little bit, but they did say that they ended up changing some performance issues and that the loading process should happen a little faster. I'm not seeing that. In fact, I've been having issues personally for me, but I would love to know down below in the comments, and if any of you guys are having issues. I do want to read a couple of you Simmers tweets just to see what you guys have to say about this whole new reward system real quick, and then I'm gonna just wrap it up and say my thoughts and opinions at the end. Someone said, I personally like the login rewards, giving free prizes to players who play a lot, especially people who play the game free. They can have a new item in base game. It's not even daily rewards either, so it's like an average 2 times a week. That's fair. I get it. I see why people are, I see why someone would be excited about this. Someone said, turning this game into a testing ground for the mess that Project Rene will be is ridiculous. And personally, for me, I agree. We do know that Project Rene was actually announced by Lindsay Pearson about a year and some change ago, and they have been talking about Project Rene, and it's supposed to be coexisting alongside. I personally feel like this is a way for the Sims team to actually test out what's going to be working and what's not, especially in this new day and age of technology, and whether people are, you know, ready for this whole mobile versus console versus PC and everything put together. Again, they not only said that Project Rene is going to be cross-compatible, but it is also going to coexist along the same side as the Sims 4. So I'd be very interested to see if they're trying to use some sort of rewards program or microtransaction at some point to end up like switching over to the Sim. Like maybe it's gonna be even like a cross series out at some point. Y'all let me know. I could be reaching. I could definitely be reaching, but you guys let me know. Someone even posted 2 steps forward and then 10 steps backwards, and I completely agree. I feel like right when they're at the cusp of trying to do something that's like, okay, they might actually be onto something, something ends up happening where it's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all totally missed the mark. And I feel like that's the problem with the Sims team, is that they continuously miss the mark on so many things. And the Sims team or the Sims Direct has not stated anything about what's going on regarding this. So until we hear it from them, it is all allegedly, but we will find out very soon whether or not this is something that is going to flop or it's going to, you know, be successful. I don't know. I personally feel like this is not it. Again, they continuously miss the mark for me, and it just makes it seem like they are so desperate for people to play the game because they know the state of the game and how bad it is. I mean, again, like to the point where it took them to release a statement stating that they are going to have a designated team 9 years later. It just does not make sense. You guys let me know how you guys feel about this, and if you guys are excited or you're like kind of like this is kind of whatever. Again, I'm not saying that free content is bad. It's free. You know, all you gotta do is log in, you get it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to understand where the Sims team comes from when they do certain things, because they do things strategically. At the end of the day, the Sims team is still a company. The Sims is Max's. Max is EA. EA is money hungry. So if something is free, you're the product. So you guys really have to pay attention, because EA is a company that is known for being cash grabby and money hungry. So this has to be something in the, whether it's now or whether it's down the line. But again, I'm just keeping my eyes open and really trying to understand what's going on here. But y'all let me know down below in the comments. Again, I know I'm probably a day late. You know, someone even said to me in a comment in my video saying like, oh my gosh, yeah, they can definitely tell that I'm pregnant now. Like, I mean, yes, you can see it, but like, it's okay. My husband loves me. Anyway, with that all being said, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, or if you learned something new, because it truly does help out my channel. And again, we're on the road to 30K, which is insane, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Again, I know the consistency, I know guys, I'm trying, okay? Whether you comment on my videos, you like my videos, you share my videos, or you're a silent viewer, at the end of the day, you still show me some support and love, and for that, I thank you. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!